And then if you wanted to stay on camera, you're more than welcome to, but if you wanted to, have other things you needed to get ready before for the 6 minutes, you're more than welcome to hop off and everything for
Okay,
like
I'll just leave the camera on just so I don't forget it when we start.
okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Tanya. I'm with the Grow Nebraska Foundation, and today we have our special webinar session on this Wednesday here. And so we're going to get started. And so our special webinar is How to Start Selling in Amazon Store Part 2. And we'd like to thank Center for Rural Affairs for sponsoring our webinars. And so they provided us a quick video so you can know more about how to get in contact with them here.
Hello, and thank you for joining today's webinar, sponsored by the Center for Rural Affairs. My name is Nikki Chitwood, and I'm the Panhandle Loan Specialist. As one of the many services we provide, I am here to introduce to you our lending services. When a bank can't help you with your dreams of homeownership or growing a business, the Center for Rural Affairs can. We offer coaching and financing to help you become a homeowner and start or grow a sustainable business. Please feel free to contact me at 308-631-0157, or you can visit cfra.org for more information.
So thank you, Center for Rural Affairs. If you would like to see what services they offer, please go to cfra.org. They are a free resource for our Nebraska businesses. And then our featured sponsor for the month of September is US Bank. And so we'd like to thank them for being a sponsor of Grow Nebraska. And then our featured member is Netzel Air Drone Services, LLC, and they've been a member since 2022. And then today's presenter is Diana. She's here with us from Amazon. And so I'm just going to let her take it away. And we're excited to learn from you today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tanya. And thank you everyone for joining today's webinar about how to start selling in Amazon store. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And please let me know if you're able to see the full screen. I'm going to go to present. Okay. Are you all able to see my full screen here? Perfect.
I can see it. Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So like I mentioned, my name is Diana Mungu, and I am a program manager here at Amazon for our small business partnerships and educations team. So what my team has the opportunity to do is partner with various nonprofit organizations and organizations like Grow Nebraska to educate small businesses and entrepreneurs about how they can grow through e-commerce, and specifically how they can build a business or sell products in Amazon store. I've been with Amazon for a little under 2 years, and during my time, I've had the pleasure to work with several small businesses to teach them the fundamentals of selling in the store. And so a lot of the content we're going to cover here is going to go in detail. We do have a part 1 version of today's webinar, which you can find in a previous recording, and that will be shared in an additional resource before I wrap up today's presentation. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned, this is part 2 of our series called How to Start Selling in Amazon Store. So the target audience here is really small businesses that are currently selling in Amazon Store or are thinking about getting started selling in Amazon Store. If you're familiar with one of 2 programs that we have, this is going to be really beneficial to you. So programs like Fulfillment by Amazon or Brand Registry are going to be really important in order to implement some of these additional programs that will be mentioned today. Also, if you're looking for growth opportunities in your business, this is a great session to attend. And then as well as if you're looking to delegate specific tasks, whether that be advertising, whether that be your fulfillment, etc. I hope that you find some of the resources here available for you and you find them easy to use. So for our agenda, I'm going to cover 1, understanding your account health. So when you go and create an Amazon selling account, there is an account health dashboard that helps measure your performance in Amazon store. So I'm going to go over the different metrics that you need to be mindful of. Then I'm going to talk about ways that you can enhance your product detail page in order to drive more sales and traffic to your products. Then I'll touch on advertising in Amazon store. We have a multitude of different solutions that you can use. And I'll also touch on the importance of using a combined method of organic advertising as well as paid advertising. Then I'll talk about how you can improve discoverability, look at customer reviews as a feedback loop to further improve your products. I'll touch on some of our logistical solutions that we have, ways that you can expand selling outside of just the US market with global selling. And then I'll touch on a few free additional resources that we have for small businesses. So let's talk about understanding your account health. As I mentioned, account health is a way to understand whether or not you are performing well in Amazon store. So it's really looking at, customer satisfaction for your product, for your service, for your delivery speed. And so these are the 4 key metrics that you as a selling partner in Amazon store want to make sure you are remaining mindful of. The first is order defect rate. So this is a percentage of your orders that lead to a negative customer experience. So think of it like getting a negative customer review. If you're getting consistent returns or any chargeback claims, that can negatively impact your account health as well as your compliance with selling an Amazon store. So you want to keep an eye on that rating. The other is the late shipment rate, excuse me. So the late shipment rate is looking at your percentage of orders with shipping confirmed after the expected date. So say, for example, you're shipping out an order to a customer and the expected date, so today's Wednesday, say the expected date is Friday, but your shipment doesn't arrive until Monday. That is going to impact your late shipment rates. And you want to target less than 4% of your orders being shipped after the expected date. Then we have the cancellation rate. So the cancellation rate is looking at the percentage of seller canceled orders over a 7-day period. So this is really important for those selling partners that are shipping the products directly to the consumers on their own. So they're not leveraging a service like Fulfillment by Amazon to do their shipping to the customer. You want to ensure that over a 7-day period, less than 2.5% of your orders are canceled. So if you're running out of stock for a product and you don't mark that in the system and say you receive a customer order, if you cancel that order, that's going to impact that percentage. And then last but certainly not least, we've got valid tracking rate. So this is looking at the percentage of orders that are shipped with valid tracking over the course of 30 days. So you want to ensure that you have at least 95% or above in valid tracking for all orders shipped. And like I mentioned, your account health dashboard can be found and located within your Amazon Seller Central account. And so a good account health rating would be considered a score of 200 or above. So as you can see in this image here, right in the center shows the policy compliance and the healthy rating of 200 and above. So I would recommend checking this, on a day-to-day basis, checking this on a day-to-day basis or even a weekly basis to make sure that you're on top of these metrics. Now let's talk about enhancing your product detail pages. So just by a show of hands, put a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with what a product variation is. So in Amazon, product variations allow brands to show multiple versions of a product. So say, for example, you're selling this Levi t-shirt. Here in the image here, you can see the various variations for the product. So as a customer, I can select the size that I want for the t-shirt. I can also select the various colors, right? So product variations are a great way to improve the shopping experience for your consumers. And also you're able to give them a wide variety of options when they're shopping. So it's going to increase their browsing time on your specific product detail page. ASIN is what we call the Amazon Standard Identification Number. So this is the product ID for every item sold in Amazon store. Every product ID is going to have a specific ASIN number. With a variation, you have the parent ASIN and then the child ASIN. So the parent ASIN acts as the placeholder that houses all of your child ASINs, which act as the variations. So say, for example, you have a black t-shirt. That could be the placeholder for your other variations where you have a green t-shirt, a white t-shirt, or a red t-shirt. Now, product detail page videos are also great ways to capture your customers' attention. So customers who shop on Amazon love videos, right? By adding a product detail page video to your product page, you can increase your sales by up to 10%. The key thing here with your videos is to focus on making them informative, demonstrative, and just showing the authentic content. And you can leverage existing social content that you have on your social media to create videos that you can showcase in Amazon store. Now, Amazon Post is another way that you could further increase or enhance your product detail page. With Amazon Post, these are posts that enable you to grow your brand following through engaging product imagery, video captions, and a mobile optimized experience. So think of when you go to social media and you see an influencer or you just see someone on social media post about a product, and then they're able to link that product back to an Amazon storefront or to another third-party website. Amazon Post serves that same purpose where you're able to create social media posts and link your Amazon brand store directly to your product page. Customers in the US who engage with Amazon Posts have seen a 2.5% higher purchase rate. And customers in the US who interact with Post end up having 72.6% more branded searches. So it's really, really important to engage with your customers on and off of Amazon store. And Amazon Post is a great way to do so. Now, in the next couple of slides here, I'm going to touch on a really fun and free tool called A+ Content. It is available to brand owners in Amazon store. So to become a brand owner, you do need to have a registered trademark. And then you can enroll in our program called Brand Registry, which is completely free. It allows you to have enhanced brand content, marketing material, as well as additional brand protections. Now, if you don't have a trademark, you can leverage our IP Accelerator program, which allows you to connect with trusted and vetted IP law firms that will help you get that trademark at pre-negotiated rates. So typically a trademark may run you $2,500, but if you leverage our IP Accelerator program, you can pay as little as $700 for a trademark, and then you're able to enroll in that brand registry program to get those additional brand benefits, such as the enhanced marketing content as well as the brand protections. So back to A+ Content. First, we have A+ Content Basic. So with this is available to all brand owners that have a professional selling plan in Amazon store. So that means they're paying a monthly fee of $39.99 to have access to that professional selling plan, which just unlocks the capability to use so many different resources and programs in Amazon store. With A+ Content Basic, you can add up to 5 modules. These are all plug and play. So if you have graphics that you've created, you can plug and play them into this module and these various templates to create something similar to what you see on the right side. This graphic here is an example of A+ Content. And where this lives is on the product page. So when you go to a product detail page in Amazon store and you scroll down, right before you get to customer reviews, you'll see in some storefronts, they have enhanced imagery, and that's what we call A+ Content. And with basic A+ Content as a selling partner, this can help increase your sales by up to 8%. Now, A+ Content Brand Story is taking it up a notch. So I don't know if you've noticed this graphic on the right side. It's kind of moving with the carousel. But this is an example of what A+ Brand Story can look like for you. You can choose from up to 15 various templates and modules to build an exclusive brand experience for your customer and really showcase your product in some enhanced imagery. With A+ Content Brand Story, it can help increase your sales by up to 20%. So again, very powerful way to visualize your product and your brand and create a really cool experience for the customer. Now, A+ Content Premium is going to take it up a notch, right? So this is now adding various video modules, various hotspots. You can add a Q&A feature where you can answer up to 5 frequently asked questions about your brand in like an interactive menu style. According to a survey, about 96.3% of customers are saying that video is crucial to their shopping experience. And so as you can see on the right-hand side here, this is an example of a small business that sells some really cool headphones, and they're utilizing A+ Content Premium to showcase the different features and benefits of their product. So for A+ Content Premium, there are some qualifications that you do need to meet as a selling partner. One, you need to be brand registered, so having that trademark for your brand. You have to publish at least 5 A+ brand stories within a 12-month time frame. So again, with A+ content, you can publish it for each individual SKU that you have, or if you have complementary items, you can publish one A+ content that features all the different products that you're selling. Once you are able to meet the minimum qualifications, you'll see the A+ Content Premium show up as an option that you can select when you create your A+ content. Now let's talk about advertising in Amazon store. So during my time as a sales account manager managing a number of different accounts, advertising has always been an area that's been overwhelming for selling partners. So I'm going to talk about a few key things that you want to know before you start advertising in Amazon store. So within advertising, we've got a metric that we base most of our advertising on. It's called cost per click. So this is looking at your total advertising cost divided by the number of clicks that you get. So say, for example, you're advertising a particular listing and you get 500 clicks at a cost per click of 10 cents a click. You would have spent at least $50 to gain 500 clicks for a particular product. When advertising in Amazon store, there are 3 types of ads that you can choose from. First, we have sponsored product advertising. So this is when you're promoting an individual listing. As you can see on the graphic here, the very first graphic, there's a small gray emblem that says sponsored. So next time you're shopping in Amazon store, if you come across a listing that has the word sponsored, that means that that particular business is paying for every click to have that product show up, top of page or in the first search results. It's a really cost-effective way to promote your brand and just individual products in Amazon store. In the second option here, we've got sponsored brands. So with sponsored brands, this is promoting your entire catalog of products through your brand store. So you use illustrative banners or images that usually show up top of page, right? And when a customer clicks on that banner, it's going to direct them to your brand store, which is similar to, say, a direct-to-consumer website within Amazon store. So it's, again, showcasing your full catalog of products versus sponsored products, which is just promoting that individual product listing. And then last, but certainly not least, we've got sponsored display. So this does come at a higher cost per click, and this is really focused on reaching customers on and off of Amazon. So on the right-hand side here, this is an example of a brand. It's a small business based out of Minnesota. I was having a conversation with the founder, and I looked at his, direct-to-consumer website for his product called Oh Yuck. It's a jetted bathtub cleaner. And then I also looked at his brand store in Amazon's store. About 15 minutes later, I found myself browsing an article in The Guardian that talked about, 10 creative ways to create brand campaigns. And to my surprise, at the top of that article popped up the guy's products, right? This jetted bathtub cleaner from the brand Oh Yuck. So this is a great way, again, like I said, to engage with those customers that are browsing and looking at your product, but they haven't yet, jumped to make that purchase. They might have the product either sitting in a cart and just haven't checked out. So this, again, is a great way to redirect their attention to say, hey, by the way, you looked at this product. Are you interested in buying it? So this is based on targeting customers based on their shopping interest and behaviors. So within advertising, you've got 2 types of ways that you can target. We've got manual and we've got automatic. with automatic targeting, this is looking at specific keywords that are going to resonate with your customer and your particular product. So what Amazon's algorithm is going to do is show your campaign on keywords that are selected by customers. So say you're selling a teddy bear and there's a particular customer that searches the keyword teddy bear. If you're bidding for that specific keyword, there's a probability that you will show up in search when that particular customer types in that keyword. With automatic campaigns, this can also help generate new keywords for you. So if you're not able to think of what are relevant keywords for your product type, running an automatic campaign can be pretty fruitful. It's recommended that you run an automatic campaign for about 2 to 4 weeks. Let the algorithm, Amazon's algorithm, find the specific keywords that are relevant to your product, and even find new keywords that you didn't think of. And then from there, what you can do is create what we call a manual campaign. So on the right-hand side explains kind of the benefits of a manual campaign. So it delivers only on mapped keywords. You can optimize at the keyword level. You have a little bit more control as to where your ad shows up, right? Because you are only targeting specific keywords that you input. Like stated, it's manual. So this is not leveraging the algorithm to come up with keywords. Instead, you are just, paying for specific keywords that you have in mind that you think might be relevant to your product. But best practice is to, one, leverage the automatic keywords that you gather. And from there, you can select what are the most popular keywords that have popped up and then do a manual campaign that targets those specific searches. And this is just a quick snapshot of what a campaign hierarchy might look like. So as you're going to set up a campaign in Amazon store, first you're going to choose your product that you want to advertise. And that's what we refer to as the ASIN, right? So it's usually a like 6 or 7 digit code that has, a mix of letters and numbers. And this is the product identifier. So once you select your ASIN, then you'll choose whether you want to run a manual or an automatic campaign. Again, with the automatic campaign that is generated by an algorithm, the algorithm is going to select what keywords are relevant. And the way the algorithm selects keywords is based on what you have typed up in your product description. So that's why it's really important to make sure that when you're building out your product page, that you're making sure your listing accurately depicts what your product is. So you're highlighting whatever key benefits or features are there, and you're leveraging certain keywords that you type out in the product description. Now with the manual campaign, again, that's manually generated and you will choose a specific ad group. So the ad groups are broken down in 3. You've got broad words, phrase words, and exact words. And on the next slide, I'm going to go through an example of what that looks like. So say, for example, you have a product and it's Clinique face wash. So you're either reselling Clinique face wash or you're the brand owner of Clinique and you're wanting to promote and market a face wash. An exact match keyword that a customer might type is Clinique face wash. That's typically going to be a customer that is brand focused, so they already know what brand of face wash they want. Now, phrase match, is more broad, right? So this is looking at face wash for acne, for example, right? You're broadening your search to consumers that are looking for face wash products for acne. Now, if you want to go really broad, you can use a broad match keyword like face wash, right? It's way more general. You're going to have the highest potential traffic. It's least restrictive. But with that, you got to remember too that with advertising, it's cost per click. So if you're having a high amount of traffic, you're going to get a lot of clicks, which then your ads can get costly. So you always want to experiment with what type of keywords or ad groups work best for you. So you're always innovating, you're always optimizing your ads to make them more efficient. And with optimizing your ads, you're going to want to look at negative targeting. So negative targeting is a great way to help reduce your advertising cost of spend. What it's essentially doing is negating specific keywords, specific products, or specific brands that are irrelevant to your product type, right? You don't want, if you're Nike, right, you don't want a customer clicking on a Converse shoe, right? when they see your product. You want them clicking on Nike. And so you might negate the keyword Converse. That way you're not targeting customers that are looking for Converse shoes. Instead, you're targeting customers that are looking for Nike shoes. So negative keyword targeting is looking at the specific keyword. If I am promoting tennis shoes, if I am advertising a tennis shoe, I don't want to advertise to customers that are looking for running shoes, right? That is not my target audience. So I might negate the keyword running. For products, if there's a particular product that is doing either better than me, or it's just a negative association that I don't want to be associated with, I might target the specific product by negating the specific ASIN. So if you put the negative product targeting on the ASIN, then your product is not going to show up near or next to any product that you don't want to be associated with. And negative brand targeting is exactly how it reads. It's negating specific brands. So the example that I shared earlier with, you selling Nike and then you not wanting to show up under searches for Converse, etc. And when analyzing an effective campaign, if you learn anything from this section today, the two most important KPIs that I would say after working with over 600 different entrepreneurs is return on advertising and advertising cost of spend. So with return on advertising, also referred to in the industry as ROAS, this is measuring the effectiveness of a campaign by looking at the amount of revenue you've earned for every dollar spent. So in the graphic here, it's showing a brand that's been advertising their product. As you can see here, they've generated over $300 in sales, and they've only spent about $43 to make $300. That would equate to a 7.4 times return, which is great, right? When it comes to return on advertising spend, the higher the number, the better. Industry average you want to be at is 3, which means for every dollar spent, you're generating at least $3. Now, advertising cost of spend is the opposite fraction. This is measuring the profitability of an ad campaign as a percentage. So it's calculated by taking the amount of spend divided by the amount of sales. And again, it's a percentage. So 13.5% is what this example here would show. With your advertising cost of spend, right, the lower the number, the better. So remember, return on advertising spend, or ROAS, the higher the number, the better. Advertising cost of spend, the opposite. The lower the number, the better. And industry average is typically around 13 to 30%. So that's kind of the sweet spot that you want to be at for advertising cost of spend. Now let's talk about ways that you can improve discoverability outside of just advertising or enhancing your product detail page. So you can run promotions and coupons, which are limited time offerings or short-term offerings to help increase sales. So the image on the right is teddy bears. As you can see, we love teddy bears here, but it's showing a teddy bear product that is running a coupon, right? So this is going to be like an orange or gray or orange or yellow badge that appears on the product page. Coupons can be shown as percentages off, such as 10% off, money's off, such as $5 off, or even buy one, get one. The nice thing about a promotion or a coupon is that you can select the discount, budget, and offer duration for up to 90 days. Now, with coupons specifically, we have a dedicated coupons page where your coupon could show up. So this is really going to target that Amazon customer that is looking for a good deal, right? So they're coupon clippers. And so they're immediately going to go to the coupon page in search of a great deal. Now with promotions, that's usually the strike-through pricing that you see in Amazon store. So say, for example, this product listing, it's priced at $65.99. There might be a strike-through pricing that shows the product selling for now $45.99. That would be an example of what a promotion would look like on a product detail page. Now, Subscribe and Save is another great program, especially for consumable products, or think of products that you buy on a regular cadence, right? With Subscribe and Save, you can offer regularly scheduled deliveries and savings to earn loyal or repeat customers. So if you're selling vitamins, if you're selling diapers, if you're selling paper towels, anything that is frequently purchased on a monthly basis or quarterly basis, are great products and suitable for the Subscribe and Save program. So categories include beauty, grocery, health, and baby care. Now, one of the other ways that you can promote are through lightning deals or best deals. So there is some eligibility that is required as a selling partner to qualify to run these types of deals. These are great to run during peak seasons. So think about holidays, right? We're coming up on the holiday season. It's a great way to run a lightning deal and drive that urgency for purchasing your product. We just had Prime Day deals in July, so that's also a great opportunity to run a lightning deal. Lightning deals are limited time discounts that last just a few hours, right? So you might see a flash sale on Amazon for a lightning deal and it's like 40% off a TV, right? It's like this really deep discount. And the purpose right there again is to drive urgency for the purchase of that product. Now, best deals are also time-bound discounts and promotional offers, except they have a dedicated special merchandising. They're also going to appear on Amazon's deal page. And the best deals can be for a limited time or a number of days, right? Whereas lightning deals are just ran for a few hours. Best deals can be run for a limited number of days. So for minimum eligibility, you do need to have a professional selling plan. You do need to have a product that's in new condition, and a minimum of 5 ratings per month. So again, lightning deals are best suited for Amazon selling partners that have been selling in the store for quite some time and are consistently getting a good number of reviews month over month. You also want to make sure that you have a seller star rating of 3.5 and a product rating of 4 stars or above, and that you're shipping through Amazon's fulfillment network. So you're using Amazon FBA. Now we've got Prime exclusive discounts. So these are limited time discounts that are only offered during our big Prime Day in July. So this July is July 16th through the 17th. And those also have some other minimum eligibility that you need to meet, such as, having at least one product review, offering at least 20% off discount, and then also shipping through FBA. Now, here at Amazon, we're always looking for ways to improve discoverability for our small businesses. And so in the last few years, we launched the small business badge. So next time you shop an Amazon store, look out for this badge. It appears right on the landing page before you click on a product. This badge helps identify U.S. small-based businesses and brands. And then we also have a dedicated storefront for small businesses. If you search amazon.com/support small, you'll be able to discover businesses from Black-owned brands, women-owned brands, Asian American-owned brands, veteran-owned brands, and a plethora of more. Also, it's really important that you do upload any diverse business certifications that you do have. That's going to be the way that Amazon's able to identify your business as being veteran-owned or women-owned, etc. We also now have the small business search filter, which was launched, I believe, last year. So the same way that you would filter to products that are shipped through Prime, you can now filter to buy specifically from small businesses, right? So just go to the business type filter and search small businesses, and then you'll be able to see all the different products that are coming from small businesses. Now let's talk about customer reviews. Just by a show of hands, put a 1 in the chat if you look at customer reviews to help inform your purchase decisions in Amazon store. Awesome. So customer reviews are really essential to help growing your brand in Amazon store. So here are just a few best practices that are recommended. So again, ensure that your product detail page accurately reflects your product's benefits and features. There is a request a review option in Amazon store. So when you go into Seller Central, This allows sellers to request reviews from a customer 5 business days after that buyer has received the package. So once a package has delivered to that buyer, after 5 days, you'll have the option to request a review if that buyer has yet to leave a review for you. You want to also make sure that when you are, say utilizing FBA, right? You're utilizing Amazon's fulfillment network, or if you're shipping your product on your own, there are some pros and cons or best practices that you want to follow. Make sure that your reviews don't contain any medical claims, impersonation, hate speech. You're not buying reviews from third parties, right? You want to make sure that these are accurate reviews because that is strictly prohibited. And Amazon has, invested a lot in machine learning and other technologies to determine whether a review is actually authentic or not. So you want to make sure that you're not breaking any of Amazon's policies to sell in the store. You can actually get really creative as a small business in Amazon store when it comes to how you promote or package your product. So I've seen in my experience where small businesses have in a package, right, that they ship to a customer or they're shipping through FBA. Either way, it's going to get to the end customer, right? I've seen them put, thank you letters inside their packaging. But with that, right, you want to make sure that if you're putting any type of marketing material that explains your brand in further detail or says, hey, I'm a small business, thank you for purchasing from me. Avoid using or listing your direct to consumer websites. You cannot have any website URL that's going to direct the customer away from Amazon store and to your direct to consumer website. You don't want to ask your customer to leave a 5-star review. You can ask your customer to leave a review, but it has to be very unbiased, right? You can't direct them to say, hey, leave a 5-star review and I'll give you a free product. That is strictly prohibited when selling an Amazon store. Now, if you're a new seller in Amazon store and you don't have any reviews yet, right? Because you're new to selling an Amazon store, we do have a program for brand owners to be able to get reviews. So with Amazon Vine, you can receive insightful, unbiased reviews from some of our most trusted reviewers. We refer to them as Vine Voices. So essentially what you're doing here is that you are offering free products in exchange for a unbiased, high quality review. You can enroll into the program and get as many as 30 high quality customer reviews per product page. So for each product that you have, right, say you're selling a toothbrush and then you have toothpaste and then you have mouthwash, those are considered 3 different products. So for each product, you can get up to 30 high quality reviews. Now, Vine reviews have been shown to boost sales by up to 30%. And as I mentioned, there is some eligibility that you do need to meet in order to participate in the Vine program. One, you need to be enrolled in Amazon Brand Registry within 6 months of selling in our store. Then you need to enroll in the Amazon Vine program within 90 days of becoming brand registered. You also need to make sure that you have fewer than 30 reviews per product page. So say, again, we'll use the Levi example. You're selling a Levi t-shirt and on the a black t-shirt specifically, you've already got 20 reviews. And then you want to enroll in the Amazon Vine program. You can only get up to 10 more reviews through the Vine program. But you can get as many reviews organically through just customers purchasing your product and leaving reviews. But if you go through the Vine program, you can only get up to 10 additional reviews from our Vine reviewers. And then what's prohibited are adult products, digital and heavy bulky items. And this is just like an example of what Vine reviews look like. So like I said, they're meant to be totally unbiased, right? You're essentially, I said, giving away free product in exchange for reviews. And the nice thing about the Vine reviews is they're pretty thorough, right? Here are 2 examples of Vine reviews that have both positive and negative callouts for a product. On the left side here for me is a 4-quart pressure cooker, and the right hand is some Bose headphones. And like I said, both reviews have positive callouts about product versatility, and for Bluetooth pairing, it's really great on all devices. But they also include negative callouts as well. And Vine reviews are always going to be they're always going to show that it's a Vine review. So you're going to see it says Vine customer review product or Vine voice. That's the way you can identify what is a Vine review versus what are just organic reviews that you get from customers purchasing your product. Now let's talk about Amazon's logistical solutions, because there's a ton out there, right? But Amazon is always trying to find ways to make it easier for small businesses to scale. And so Amazon logistics solutions are really helpful to our small business owners. First, we have Amazon Shipping. So this is a reliable pickup and ground delivery that's available 7 days out of the week for orders that are placed on Amazon, your website, and also other sales channels. So you can leverage Amazon Shipping the same way that you would leverage UPS, FedEx, or USPS. The key thing here with Amazon Shipping is that your packages are going to be delivered to customers within 2 to 5 days, right? It's ground delivery. And then there's competitive pricing. We include no residential fees or surcharges, and there's no weekend delivery fees either. So you get dedicated support that's available 7 days a week through email, chat, and other callback options. Now, with Amazon's partnered carrier program, we do partner with UPS to offer pre-negotiated rates when you're shipping product into our fulfillment network. And so this is available to professional sellers in the operating 48 contiguous states, and you can access reliable transportation alternatives up to 25% lower cost compared to other alternatives. So again, if you're shipping anything into Amazon's fulfillment network, you can leverage the Amazon partnered carrier when you're creating that fulfillment order, and it's going to ship it directly to one of Amazon's fulfillment centers at a lower cost than other alternatives. Then we have Amazon warehousing and distribution. So this is an alternative warehouse space that you can use. So it's great for bulk upstream storage. So say you are importing product from China, or you're importing product from just other countries or other continents, right? And you don't have a warehouse space that you want to put the product. You can leverage Amazon's warehousing and distribution to be able to hold that bulk inventory at a much cost-effective price. It's dedicated storage. It's also a great way to leverage as a replenishment for your FBA. So if you are using Amazon's Fulfillment by Amazon services, you can transport product from AWD to FBA at much faster times. The discounted storage rates are about up to 80% compared to FBA fees. So again, something to consider, especially during the holiday season, right? It's a really busy time to send product into FBA. So it might be advantageous to send product first to Amazon's warehouse and distribution, and then from there, they'll replenish the inventory at FBA on your behalf. Awesome. So let's look quickly at multi-channel distribution, right? So this is also a new capability that's going to move products in bulk from AWD, so Amazon Warehouse and Distribution, to any sales channel. So whether you're selling through Shopify, whether you're selling through Target, Walmart, other retailers, right? You can leverage multi-channel distribution to do so. So this is sending your bulk inventory to wholesalers, other businesses, and other Amazon locations. Now, multi-channel fulfillment, to not be confused with multi-channel distribution, is really a great way to fulfill orders through your own website. So say you have your own Shopify website and you want to utilize your FBA inventory to fulfill orders that are placed on your Shopify website. Multi-channel fulfillment is an integration that allows that transaction to occur. You're able to team up with experts that will pick, pack, and ship the orders on your behalf. And it's always going to be in like unmarked packaging. So it's pretty much going to just have your branding on a package. It's not going to have the Amazon packaging, even though it's coming from Amazon's fulfillment network. So that's a great way to, again, offer that fast, shipping to your customer, and it's going to look like it's, coming directly from you versus shipping from one of our Amazon warehouses. And this is what it looks like, right? So The example graphic here is showing if you're shipping from your e-commerce website, other marketplaces like Etsy or eBay, or even social media, right? If you have a TikTok shop, Instagram, Facebook, all orders that are placed through those sales channels can be fulfilled through multi-channel fulfillment, which pulls again from your FBA inventory and it sends it directly to your customer. Now, an add-on that you can leverage with multi-channel fulfillment is a Buy with Prime feature. So this is a feature that shows up within your own website. So your direct consumer website, when a customer is searching a product on your website and they want to add it to the cart, the same way that you would have to, purchase the option, purchase the product directly, you could also select a button that says Buy with Prime. What that's going to do is allow the customer to log into their Amazon website, purchase your product, and then Amazon's going to ship that product to the customer. The other cool feature with Buy with Prime is that, typically when you're selling an Amazon store, you don't have access to customer data. So you don't know who is buying your product specifically. But the Buy with Prime feature on your own direct consumer website, you're able to maintain that customer data. That way you're able to remarket to them, after they purchase the first time around. And this is kind of what that process looks like. Like I said, say you're selling a specific candle on your own Shopify website. Once that customer adds that product to their cart, they can select Buy with Prime. It's going to prompt them to log into their Amazon account, place the order, and then Amazon is going to deliver that product to that customer on your behalf. So let's talk about global selling real quick. As you know, Amazon is a global company, so we operate in several different stores around the world. With global selling, you can expand internationally through Amazon's global stores and our network of fulfillment centers. In 2023 alone, our US-based selling partners exported more than 330 million items to over 130 countries. Some things to consider with global selling, right, is understanding what to sell, any country-specific taxes and regulations, whether or not you need trademarks in those specific countries, and how you're going to manage your inventory. So those are just some considerations that you will want to think of when you start to expand outside of the US. And as I mentioned, we've got stores all around the world. We operate in over 19 global stores. So if you're selling here in the US, you might say, hey, I want to expand to selling in Canada and Mexico. That is all part of your professional selling plan for North America. So it's just one selling plan fee that you pay to sell to either Canada, the US, Mexico, or all three if you want. Now, if you want to expand into Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and South America, you can go ahead and select to sell in those other global stores, but that will come at an additional fee for selling in those global stores. Now, with Amazon Global Logistics, this is a great way to ship ocean cargo from China directly to your Amazon fulfillment centers. The pricing structure includes services for each step of the supply chain, and you're able to compare what ocean freight options would look like, and also you can track your cargo through Seller Central. So again, a great logistical solution for those of you that are importing directly from China and want to ship the product directly from China into one of Amazon's fulfillment networks. Awesome. As I mentioned, and as I promised, I'm going to go over some free additional resources for small businesses before we wrap up and we take Q&A. So Amazon Launchpad was a program that we had sunset a few years back, but it has been brought back. It is invite only and it comes at no cost. So this is a great way for small businesses to further scale an Amazon store and get, dedicated account management. They get bulk discounts. They're featured in a number of different Amazon collections, and you can even run ads for free on Freebie. Now, this is a 12-month commitment, but brands can remain in the program for up to 36 months. So I mentioned it is invite only. You do need to be selling an Amazon store for less than 2 years to be able to qualify. And what they're really looking for are emerging brands, right? So what does your brand presence look like outside of Amazon? Do you have a large following and engagement on social media? Are you trending upward in sales, etc.? They're going to look at multiple facets in order to decide whether or not you can participate in the program. So just keep that in mind as you're growing your brand, right? Don't just think about how do I grow my brand on Amazon? Think about how you grow your brand outside of Amazon as well. And as I mentioned, this is some of the eligibility criteria. So have products selling in Amazon's US store for less than 2 years, have a professional selling plan, and then have a substantial social media following, capital support, and just a demonstrated commitment to grow your brand. Now, in Amazon store, there are various ways to connect and learn. As you can see, I've covered probably 10 to 12 different programs that you can learn about. So I understand it's overwhelming, but we have Seller University to help, give you bite-sized information that is more digestible. So these are free educational resources for our selling partners to learn how to succeed in Amazon store. We also have seller forums. So this is an Amazon online community space that allows you to connect with other selling partners and share information. Annually, we have our Amazon Accelerate conference, which is actually happening this week. So it's happening in Seattle, and it's our premier conference to hear about exciting announcements, right? Any new product announcements, any new innovations. Selling partners are invited to engage in learning sessions, network, and receive personalized support from Amazon subject matter experts. Now, this conference is in person and it's also virtual. So just keep in mind for next year, if you want to partake, you can register to go in person or attend the conference virtually as well. And then, like I mentioned, we partner with various nonprofit organizations that help small businesses. So we partner with SCORE, which is also another organization that supports small businesses. But we have a Seller Success series where we have pre-recorded webinars as well as live webinars that are saved on recording for you to watch. So if you want to tune into how to start selling part 1, we do have a recording that you can visit on SCORE's website, as well as we just published a recording for Kindle Direct Publishing, as well as ways to build a business with Amazon. So the focus on building a business with Amazon is looking at what you can do outside of just selling a physical product. So Amazon delivery service partner, right? How you can become a supplier for Amazon, things like that. And then if you want to get proficient with ads, right, by all means, visit our Amazon Ads Learning Console. So this is going to be a library of resources to learn any and everything about Amazon ads. There is also a free certification that you can obtain to become proficient in Amazon ads. Now, for those of you that are service providers, interested in providing your services to small businesses, or if you're a small business looking for a specific service such as account management, tax planning, help with, language translation or international shipping, we do have the Service Provider Network, which is a network of vetted third-party services that will help you with a number of different services here. And this is just available to our Amazon selling partners. We also have Amazon Lending. So this is business financing for all eligible US small and medium-sized businesses. This is an invite-only eligibility. So you do have to be selling an Amazon store for at least 12 months to be able to qualify. And this is a great way to free up cash flow for yourself. We leverage third-party lenders in Amazon Lending to provide those services to you. And Amazon Supplier Connect. So if you are a provider of different supplies, right? Whether it be like contract supplies, janitorial supplies, restaurant supplies, and you want to supply Amazon, you can now sign up to be an Amazon supplier through supplierconnect.com. Now, registering as a supplier does not guarantee that your company will be approved to be an Amazon supplier, but like they always say, you miss every shot that you don't take. So if you have, products in any of those categories that you want to supply to Amazon, feel free to, submit an application. And again, here are some of the partners that we work with. So we work with various women organizations, rural organizations like Grow Nebraska. We've got, the Institute for Veterans and Military Families, SCORE, the SBA, and so much more. We're always looking for different nonprofit organizations to partner with that share the same mission to empower small businesses as we do. And I just want to say, quickly before I close out here, thank you to Tanya and Grow Nebraska for allowing us to have this webinar and to be able to further educate you about how to start selling an Amazon store. And without further ado, if you can please scan this QR code to share back your feedback, that would be greatly appreciated. We want to make sure that we are providing you as a small business owner with relevant information that is going to help grow your business on and off of Amazon. So if you learned anything today, please feel free to scan this QR code and leave your feedback. Without further ado, I'm going to open it up to Q&A. All right, let's look at the chat here.
I don't see any questions quite yet.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you so much, Diana, for presenting today. I got a lot of great information that we can use even on our Amazon store, and just
Awesome.
that last portion, I definitely took lots of notes on that.
Perfect.
So, yeah. And then I can start closing out, and if we have any questions that come through, I can just pause and let you answer those, because I know you have to hop off at 1.
Perfect. Yes. Any questions that you guys have? Do they have the option to come off mute if they want to? I know we have a smaller class today, so more than
If they
happy.
did, if you just want to let me know in the chat, then I can bring them onto the screen.
Okay.
Yes. So if you did have a question and you wanted to come off mute, just let me know.
Awesome. And I'm going to go ahead. If you're not able to scan that QR code, I'm also going to drop it in the chat here for everyone. So you can click that link and fill out that survey. Tanya, do you want me to stop sharing my screen? That way you can pull up your screen?
Yes, please.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And then, so as I'm wrapping up here, and we'll wait for some questions to come in if they do. We do have our upcoming trainings on, we actually have one tomorrow, September 19th, with Jasmine. It's how to maximize profits with Facebook and Instagram to make more money off of Meta Business Suites. And then the next Thursday, September 26th, we have the sales process with Mike from GIX Logistics. And then October 2nd, we have Coach Your Team to Success, which is our first Wednesday webinar with Maria, our Google expert. And then if you wanted to scan the QR code to check out any upcoming trainings, or I am sending a link in the chat where you can check out those trainings as well on that page. That gives you the most up-to-date information. If we're going to do any special webinars like we did today. I know we have another one with you guys on Amazon next month. I believe it's October 16th. Don't quote me on the date though, but it is in October. So highly encourage you guys to sign up for that one as well. And then we have our Market Tech conference on March 25th and 26th. So we ask that you save the date for that. There will be more information about that coming through on markettechconference.com, as well as just keep an eye out for registration. If you have any questions about Grow Nebraska, you're interested in joining, you have any questions about your membership, etc., we encourage you to sign up for our open office hours with myself. They're offered at 11 a.m. and then on Tuesdays and on Thursdays at 3. If no one signs up, I won't hop on, but if you do, expect me on, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And then we encourage you guys to follow us on social media to stay up to date on all things happening at Grow Nebraska. And then we do highly encourage, if you have any thoughts about the training, to just leave us a Google review, 2 to 3 sentences if you can. I sent that link in the chat as well. We just love to hear your thoughts about the trainings, and if you have had any experience with Grow Nebraska outside of these trainings, to just let us know what your thoughts are, and to share that with others as well. And then also on the Google review, if you wanted to just mention that you were on the training today, if you do leave it from this training, we just love to hear that. And then as we're wrapping up, I just want to thank everyone for joining the training. And if you have any questions, please contact me at 308-338-3520 or at tanya@grownebraska.org. If you have any topic suggestions or any questions about today's training, just feel free to reach out. But other than that, I did not see any questions come in. So I hope everyone has a great rest of their Wednesday.
Yes, thank you. I hope I answered everything, so you don't have any questions. But I forgot to mention, Tanya, I'm going to send you a PDF with links to all the programs discussed that you can also share back with attendees in the follow-up.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you, Tanya, and thank you, Grow Nebraska members. Appreciate the time. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.